Hello.
Hello.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. So I would like you to both present yourself. How long have you been in Captain Cook, and what is your position, your main position?
Sure, Matilda,
Yeah.
no problem. Afternoon, everybody. How are we all? Matilda's doing a great job here. But my name's Richard, and I'm Head of International Sales and Marketing for the Sealing Travel Group, which encompasses Captain Cook and also Sealing. I've been with the business just on 5.5 years, and my role is, part of it is looking after the interns, because we love the interns and it's a great program we have with our interns from overseas. But more importantly, it's about the marketing through all our distribution partners, and then from a sales perspective, using and working with our sales team to grow the inbound business from our global distribution partners, and also from our website using our social media.
Okay. And what about you, Steph?
So hi, I'm Steph. I'm the inside sales coordinator here at Captain Cook Cruises. I do a little bit of marketing and sales, as well as look after the interns on a day-to-day basis. Long story short.
And how long have you been here, Steph?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. I've been here for 6 years since I was an intern.
Okay. And can you tell me what did you like the most in your job?
Sure. Look, I think the thing that really drives me is the variety of tasks that I do, but also we do carry over 1 million passengers a year, so it's really the customers and dealing with them. But also a great part of what makes this job rewarding is the great team of people that I'm fortunate enough to work with, and that's why you come to work every day, is a great team of people. But it's also about having satisfied customers as well.
Okay.
Excellent. For me, one of my favourite things is looking after the interns. I love seeing them come in that first day and being a little bit cautious and a bit scared.
Yes,
a bit
true.
A bit shy.
Very.
And then seeing them develop throughout their internship to being very confident in training the next batch of interns that come through, and getting to know them on a personal level from different countries. I think it's just a really enjoyable part of my role.
Okay, nice. And what did you think, what are the advantages to be a client of Captain Cook Cruise faced to the competitors?
Sure. The advantage is that we've just got a great customer-focused culture of the business. We're always looking at being innovative in how we deliver our dining product, which is our core product, but we're also innovative in ship design, and also, I guess, introducing new destinations and new products. In this environment, which is different to other parts of Australia where we operate, it is so competitive, so it's about being nimble, quick, reactive, getting new product out there quickly, whether you're reacting to price or value. But I think the thing that sets us apart is we are the leading operator. Everybody on the harbour aspires to be like us, because we've got that great consistency, and the brand name of Captain Cook is very powerful.
Okay.
Ditto, really.
Yeah, good on you.
Can't really say anything better than that.
Okay, that's fine. What is the top number one of the sales of Captain Cook Cruise? I think it's up and above, no?
No, our number one product is our dining product. Yeah, in relation to revenue terms, that's the largest part of our business. Next part is the hop on, hop off, then our ferry services.
Okay.
And then charter, which is our group charters, is our not our smallest business, but it's it's the smaller chunks of business. But you need to understand is that our core business is our dining product, so that's lunch and dinner on the harbour.
Okay. And have you ever tried one of the cruises?
Our cruises?
Yeah, with your family or?
Of course,
Yeah.
you have to. Look, I think it's really important. Is you've got to be out there. Whether a lot of the time we will take clients out, because the best way for our clients, our distribution partners, is to actually experience the product, whether it's dinner or lunch. And yes, it's so important you're out there just tasting and making sure the product's right.
Yeah. Okay. Any advices for the interns?
For the interns,
Yeah.
look, I'm going to go to Steffi for this one.
While they're here, I think one of the biggest things that they can do is being open-minded to the experience, making sure that they challenge themselves and not be afraid to take chances. It's okay to make mistakes, you're here to learn, and one of the worst things you can do is sit quietly and not really jump into the experience both feet in. Be one line?
Yeah. Look, I think the great thing about what we offer the interns is, I echo Steffi's comments, all the interns come in going, what have I let myself in for? And 3 months or 4 months or 5 months down the track, they become great advocates for us. But they also, the more important thing, they understand how an office or a small to medium-sized company operates, and they really leave with a great understanding and building their own self-confidence for the future, and that's really important.
Can you just shortly describe Sydney?
Describe Sydney?
In your own opinion,
How can you describe Sydney? It's the best place to live in the world. Come on.
The best harbour in the world.
You know, look, it is. It's one of those, I think, one of those sensational cities to live in. We have a beautiful harbour. You've got national parks. It's, I think, one of the only few cities in the world that has national parks like falling into the harbour, and you've got this 5 million city right on its doorsteps. So we're quite unique, and you know, you can travel 45 minutes and you're out in the country. So yes, it is more expensive to live, and I guess the other great thing is it's very expensive.
I was really surprised.
It is expensive to live, but I think also it's that we're a long way away from the world, but you know, and that's I think it's an advantage and a disadvantage at the same time. So but really, I mean, you know, I've lived in Sydney and Melbourne. Melbourne will always be home, but they're different cities as well. But Sydney is just the harbour. Really, just it makes it such a livable place. Okay.
And your opinion?
Stevie?
Great.
You said.
So Sydney born and bred. Love my city. I've lived in New Zealand and the UK. And I always, no matter how far I travel, come back home to Sydney. I think it's got a really unique vibe that you really can't find anywhere else, between just the way that we operate with the harbour being the main centre and everything else that goes on. I don't know what it is about it, it's just Sydney.
You get to sum it up, I mean, we all travel, and I know when you come back and you fly back in, whether it's early morning or at night time, and you look out the window and you go, it's great to be home. Same thing when you fly back home, you would have the same feeling, home is home. Wherever you are, but it is, Sydney's just, it sparkles, you know, that's really.
So now Vivid event is coming tomorrow.
Vivid, yes.
So do you think it contributes to the success of the life in Sydney, you know, the atmosphere?
Yeah, look, I think it's one of the best events now. It started 8 years ago, very small, and now in its 8th year, and it would have to be one of the best festivals for everybody. Like, you can walk around for free and do everything for free, and just take it all in, or you can experience on the harbour or somewhere. You know, there's so many venues right throughout the city. It's a fantastic program. The great thing from a company point of view is it helps our bottom line at a time historically when we would, you know, we'd operate at a very, you know, very thin margins, and, you know, probably lose money for that May-June period. So it's been one of the best things, and it's global now. So that's, you know, it's just, and everybody's trying to copy it, which is nice. But it's one of the, you know, Destination New South Wales and the government do a great job in promoting that, and we're happy to be a partner with that. So.
Yeah, and in France we just have this kind of event, just 1 day or 2 days, but not like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it was 2 weeks. That extra week it costs a lot of money to put on, but the benefit to the economy is amazing. So we're very supportive of it. Thank you.
Yep.
What are the must-see attractions in Sydney?
The must-sees?
Apart the harbour? Yeah.
It's the Opera House, the bridge, the harbour.
I think our zoo is very unique.
Yeah, Taronga Zoo. Yeah, the zoo.
It runs a very unique program, something that you can't really see in other places in the world. I've been to zoos in Europe and in India and a couple other places, and it's very unique the way that they approach on a conservation point of view. I think it's something that is very good at counteracting some of the negative press that zoos do get about having wild animals captive. It's very conservative basis, which is wonderful and unique, I think.
And look, I just think the other thing, I mean, we talk about food and wine, and, you know, we're really spoiled for choice here too. I mean, I love travelling in Europe, and food and wine is fantastic there. But if you sort of, you know, I was sitting down there, they're having breakfast here at Darling Harbour, you know, at 7:30 in the morning, going, how good is this? You know, really, it's pretty fantastic. You look at it, blue sky, thanks very much. So it's just, and you're also close to other destinations like the Blue Mountains and the Hunter Valley and things like that. So it's a good point to base yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
Hope you get up there.
And can you tell me at least one link between Australian people and British people?
Well, it's a history.
Yeah.
You know, my relatives came from Britain, so it's just a long traditional history. Very strong VFR market, you know, friends and relatives market. So that it's just a long, I guess, history together. That, you know, we were originally a penal colony, so that's where we started with the link to the UK. So, and that's the economic ties are there, family ties, and there's still that government tie as well, which is a little bit outdated. But you know, I think there's just been a long history between the two companies, as well as being competitive in cricket, rugby. So the Ashes are on this year, so they'll be back on again. So, you know, there's a strong camaraderie, and we understand the British humour, and they get our humour. So, yeah, it's culturally there's a long history.
Always works.
Yeah.
And have you ever lived in New Zealand?
Yes, I lived in New Zealand.
So can you tell us some differences between New Zealand and Australia? Or some competition maybe? Or
How they look at life is very different. It's a different but very, it's a good different how they look on it. So one thing I admire about the Kiwis is that they national park and conservation of their cultural and national heritage is something that's really in the forefront of their culture. They really consider that to be incredibly important, not just for the Maoris but for also the white Kiwis that are there, which is really good. And they have worked very hard to make sure that they conserve all that. They like to have eggs on their steak.
Yes, they
Fried
do.
eggs on their steak. That took a little getting used to.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, so I think culturally there's quite a large difference, even though they're just across the pond.
And they do speak funny.
They do speak a bit funny.
Sorry, Kiwi friends.
But no, I think that considering they're over there, not too far away, a couple of hours away, the culture is very different and very unique and very beautiful. They've got some fantastic scenery. There's a reason that they keep shooting.
But the scenery and the wines and the movies that are shot over there, I mean, it is quite different to Australia. Yeah, quite different.
Okay.
And you don't mention that they can't beat us at the rugby though.
Let's come back to Captain Cook Cruise. Do you have a real important souvenir for you in the company?
A great memory. Look, I think one of the most unique things I've done is being in the harbour on New Year's Eve. That has got to take the cake for one of the best things you could ever do in your life.
Okay.
I mean,
I do it.
You do, yeah. Look, it is. It's just one of those unique things, and I had never done it till I joined Captain Cook Cruises. Right, I'd always been around, sitting around the harbour. Was fortunate to go out 3 or 4 years ago, and it is an incredible, spectacular event. So for me, that's probably the most memorable thing that's, besides working with such great people and interns, but it is. It's just one of those great life events. It's a bucket list tick it off. Come on, Steffi.
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah. Other than having a fantastic boss.
Of course, goes without saying. So many.